Most people will never become successful, not because they are not capable, but because they cannot control themselves. They cannot control their time. They cannot control their habits. And most importantly, they cannot control their mind. The truth is simple. Success is not about motivation. Success is about discipline. And discipline begins the moment you stop performing for the world and start building yourself in silence. Most people will never become great, not because they are not capable, not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack discipline. They lack the ability to control themselves. They cannot control their attention. They cannot control their habits. And most importantly, they cannot control their mind. The modern world is full of distractions. Your phone is always buzzing. Social media is always pulling your attention. There is always something trying to steal your focus, and most people fall for it. They wake up in the morning, and the first thing they do is check their phone. Messages, notifications, endless scrolling. Before they even start their day, their mind is already exhausted. This is the silent trap that keeps millions of people stuck in average lives, because success does not belong to the distracted. Success belongs to the focused. Think about it. Every great achievement in human history required deep focus. Every great company, every great invention, every great leader, they all shared one thing in common: the ability to concentrate on one thing for a long period of time. But today, most people cannot focus for even 10 minutes, and that is why discipline has become a superpower. If you can control your attention in a distracted world, you automatically gain an advantage over millions of people. But here is the truth nobody likes to hear. Discipline is not comfortable. Discipline requires sacrifice. Discipline requires waking up early when your body wants to sleep. Discipline requires working when you feel lazy. Discipline requires continuing when motivation disappears. And that is exactly why most people quit. They want success, but they do not want the process that creates success. They want the reward without the work. But life does not work that way. Life rewards those who are willing to suffer in silence, those who are willing to work without applause, those who are willing to build themselves while nobody is watching. And that is where the real transformation begins, in silence. The strongest people in the world understand something powerful. You do not need to announce your growth. You do not need to post every step of your journey. You do not need to explain your goals to everyone. Instead, you work in silence. You build quietly. You improve every single day. And one day the results become impossible to ignore. Think about a seed planted in the ground. When you plant a seed, nothing happens on the surface for a long time. Days pass, weeks pass, sometimes even months pass, and from the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, something incredible is taking place. Roots are forming, strength is developing, the foundation is growing deeper and stronger. And eventually, that seed breaks through the surface. It becomes a tree, a powerful, unstoppable tree that can survive storms. Your life follows the same pattern. Before you can rise, you must build roots. Before success becomes visible, discipline must be developed. Before people respect you, you must respect the process. Most people skip this phase. They want instant success. They want quick results, but quick results rarely last. True success takes time. It takes consistency. It takes the willingness to show up every single day, even when nobody notices. This is why you must fall in love with the process, not the outcome, because outcomes take time, but the process happens every day, every morning when you wake up, every moment when you choose discipline over distraction, every decision where you choose growth over comfort. Those moments slowly build the person you are becoming, and the person you become determines the life you live. If you build habits of laziness, your life will reflect that. If you build habits of discipline, your life will reflect that. Your future is not decided by luck. Your future is decided by your daily habits. Small decisions repeated consistently. Wake up early. Exercise. Learn. Focus on your goals. Avoid distractions. Repeat, repeat, Repeat. At first, the progress feels slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. Sometimes you question whether the effort is worth it. But this is the moment where most people fail. They quit too early. They expect results before the foundation is complete. But those who stay patient, those who stay disciplined, eventually reach a turning point, a moment where everything begins to change. Momentum starts to build, confidence grows, opportunities appear, and suddenly the same people who ignored your journey start asking questions. They ask how you did it. They ask what your secret is, but they never saw the silent years, the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices, the moments when you kept going while everyone else stopped. Success always looks simple from the outside, but the truth is hidden in the unseen work. That is why you must stop chasing validation. Validation is temporary. Likes disappear. Attention fades, but discipline builds something permanent. Character, strength, mental toughness, these qualities cannot be taken away from you. Once you develop them, they stay with you forever. And those qualities make you unstoppable. Because when you control your mind, you control your life. But discipline alone is not enough. You must also learn the power of focus. Focus is one of the rarest skills in the modern world. Everywhere you look, there is distraction. Your phone, your notifications, social media, entertainment, endless information. The modern world is designed to keep you distracted because distracted people are easier to control. Distracted people do not build great things. Distracted people live average lives, but the person who learns to focus deeply gains an incredible advantage. Imagine two people. One person spends 5 hours a day scrolling social media. The other person spends those same 5 hours learning a valuable skill. After 1 year, their lives will look completely different. After 5 years, their lives will be unrecognizable. And after 10 years, one of them will wonder where all the time went. This is the power of focus. Time itself is neutral. What matters is how you use it. Every single day, you are given 24 hours. The question is simple. Are you investing those hours, or are you wasting them? Successful people treat time like the most valuable resource on earth because it is. Money can be earned again. Opportunities can return, but time once lost can never be recovered. That is why disciplined people protect their time fiercely. They say no to distractions. They say no to meaningless activities. They say no to anything that does not move them closer to their goals. And at first this feels uncomfortable because the world constantly pressures you to follow the crowd. The crowd wants entertainment. The crowd wants comfort. The crowd wants easy pleasure. But the crowd rarely achieves greatness. Greatness belongs to those who think differently. Those who are willing to walk alone. Those who are willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term success. That journey can feel lonely. Because when you begin to change your habits, not everyone will understand you. Some people will laugh. Some people will doubt you. Some people will try to pull you back into old patterns. But you must stay strong, because the people who doubt you today will eventually respect you tomorrow. When they see your results, when they see your discipline, when they see the person you have become. Results silence criticism. Success silences doubt. And the only way to reach that point is through consistent effort. Day after day, week after week, month after month, without giving up, without making excuses, without waiting for perfect conditions. Most people wait for the perfect moment to begin. They say they will start tomorrow. They say they will start next week. They say they will start when they feel ready. But successful people understand something important. You will never feel ready. Action creates readiness. The moment you start moving forward, clarity appears. Confidence grows through action. Strength grows through resistance. Momentum grows through repetition. You do not become confident before you act. You become confident because you act. This is the secret many people miss. They think successful people are fearless, but that is not true. Successful people feel fear just like everyone else. The difference is simple. They move forward anyway. They refuse to let fear control their decisions. They refuse to let doubt stop their progress. Instead, they take one step forward, then another, slowly building momentum. And momentum is powerful, because once momentum begins, progress becomes easier, habits become stronger, discipline becomes automatic, and the person you are today slowly transforms into the person you were meant to become. This is how unstoppable people are created, not through motivation, but through discipline and focus, repeated every single day. Eventually, there comes a moment in every disciplined person's life, a moment where the hard work begins to pay off. It does not happen overnight. It does not happen instantly. But one day you wake up and realize something incredible. You are no longer the same person. The things that once felt difficult now feel normal. Waking up early feels natural. Working hard feels natural. Staying focused feels natural. Because discipline has become part of your identity. You are no longer forcing yourself to grow. Growth has become your lifestyle. And when that transformation happens, everything changes. Your confidence changes. Your mindset changes. Your environment changes. You start attracting opportunities that once seemed impossible. Because the world responds differently to disciplined people. When people see someone who is focused, someone who is consistent, someone who refuses to quit, they take that person seriously. Respect follows discipline. Opportunity follows effort. Success follows persistence. But remember this, even when success arrives, the work does not stop because success is not a final destination. It is a continuous journey. The moment you stop improving, you begin falling behind. That is why the most successful people never become comfortable. They continue learning. They continue growing. They continue pushing themselves to higher levels. They understand that life rewards those who never stop evolving, and this mindset separates the extraordinary from the average. Average people stop when they achieve something small. Extraordinary people continue building. They continue improving. They continue reaching for something greater. That is the mindset you must develop. Never settle. Never stop growing. Never allow comfort to destroy your ambition, because comfort is the enemy of progress. Growth happens in challenge. Growth happens in discomfort. Growth happens when you push yourself beyond your limits. So when life becomes difficult, do not complain. Embrace it, because difficulty is the training ground of greatness. Every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger. Every challenge you face builds resilience. Every moment of struggle prepares you for greater victories ahead. This is why you must stay committed to your path, even when progress feels slow, even when results are invisible, even when nobody supports your journey, because the greatest transformations happen quietly. While the world is distracted, you are building. While others are talking, you are working. While others are sleeping, you are becoming stronger. And one day the results will speak so loudly that nobody will be able to ignore them. This is your moment, your opportunity to change your life, your opportunity to choose discipline over comfort, focus over distraction, growth over excuses. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Start today. Start small. Start imperfectly, but start, because every great journey begins with a single step. And every unstoppable person was once someone who simply refused to quit. Welcome to The Turning Point. If this message inspired you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and begin building the strongest version of yourself today. Your transformation starts now.